Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this. Today is a historic day. Today is a marvelous day. Alvin Bragg and his team of prosecutors have finally given us a crime and a victim. The crime, Michael Cohen stole over $30,000 and he admitted to doing it on the stand under oath. Who's the victim? Not Horseface, Donald J. Trump. Not only that, today, Michael Cohen is no longer the star witness of the Democrats and Alvin Bragg. He is the star witness for Donald Trump and his legal team. Before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about our money, Bidenomics, and how Bidenomics is destroying mine and your hard-earned dollar. This is where physical gold and silver come in. Physical, tangible asset, a real currency that can't just be printed out of thin air. A lot of people right now are taking or sometimes even all of their savings, 401ks and IRAs, and converting it into physical gold. It's not an investment, it's insurance. Even if you have $1,000 or a couple $1,000s worth of silver or gold, that's a great way to diverse and build a strong financial portfolio. Contact Midas Gold Group today at MidasGoldGroup.com or call them at 480-360-3000. Get free silver and qualifying orders when you mention Vlad from American News Network. Let's get into the first part of this crazy story.
Finch. And Cohen confirms that he owed Red Finch 50 grand and never paid the full cash. Trump's attorney, Bland, says, "You stole from the Trump organization." Cohen says, "Yes, sir." He also confirms lying to Alan Weisselberg. I don't know how many that is on the list, but that's another prevarication. And Cohen says he never pleaded guilty to larceny. On they go. Blanche presses Cohen. "You did steal from the Trump organization based upon the expected reimbursement of Red Finch." And he says, "Yes, sir."
Now, that's Fox News, right? Fox News is, kind of favorable toward Trump. Well, what does CNN have to say about this? Ladies and gentlemen, and the way CNN breaks it all down is actually better than Fox News. They expose even more of what?
This is, to use another metaphor, this is a bomb. This is really important.
But listen, they're talking about the admissions that Michael Cohen made on the stand today. It's a bomb. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, everybody has lost track of how much Michael Cohen has lied, how many crimes he's admitted to now. There's now, yesterday, a recording, not yesterday, but late last week, a recording was released in court where Michael Cohen tells the prosecutors, "I have nothing on Trump, but I can't go back to prison. I'll do anything."
This is a bomb dropped in the middle of the prosecution's case. Two reasons. One, Michael Cohen was stealing from Donald Trump. He was lying to people about what he was doing with money. He pocketed at least the $30,000 by lying to Weisselberg.
It's twice, really, by the way, because remember, they double it to avoid tax reasons.
So $60,000, which, by the way, this is crushing to the prosecution's credibility because the prosecution did not ask Michael Cohen about that on direct, and they haven't made him plead guilty to larceny.
Which this is.
So Michael Cohen, is admitting to crimes that he committed. So the real crime is that Michael Cohen stole tens of thousands of dollars. The real victim is Donald Trump. The only one that was robbed was Trump. The only one that's being lied about is Trump. I cannot wait till these dirtbags will begin to reap what they are sowing. Oh, it's going to be a glorious time in our nation's history.
Let's start with that. But real quick, the other reason it's so important is the money that Michael Cohen stole from under Donald Trump's nose.
By his own admission today.
By his own admission was part of the $420,000 that Michael Cohen was reimbursed for Stormy Daniels. So the heart of the prosecution's case is that whole setup where they were going to repay Michael Cohen $420,000 to reimburse him for Stormy Daniels. That was all done to pay Stormy Daniels. Trump knew it. Trump knew every penny. That's why he's guilty. Now it turns out Trump is getting robbed by his own guy.
Yeah, I mean, my question.
Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, when CNN comes out and starts defending Donald Trump against Michael Cohen, and says, hey, this looks bad for Alvin Bragg. How did they not know? They knew. They were just hoping this doesn't come out in court. But see, Michael Cohen, he knows the consequences of lying in a courtroom, what those are, because he's been to prison for lying. How many people, famous or not, how many people do you know that have ever went to prison and their crime was lying? They lie so much that they end up in federal prison. Besides Michael Cohen, I can't name another person in the universe. So this dude's been in prison for lying. So now he's not going to lie. They were hoping, my theory is they were hoping this would not be found out. They were hoping this is not going to come out in trial. Let's watch a few more seconds of this. You're going to like this one. CNN is taking Donald Trump's side.
Here is, why has no one coached Michael Cohen, or why does Michael Cohen not say, when asked on this on cross, I don't recall? I mean, isn't that
that right there, what she's doing, that's actually illegal. Knowing what the truth is and then being coached, who would coach him? Trump's prosecutors coach Cohen to lie? Well, then they are committing a felony crime if they were to coach him to lie to the judge and to the grand jury.
kind of the universal?
Apparently, he does recall, though.
He does recall. Like a lie.
Why didn't they tell him, I don't recall? Well, apparently he recalls.
Tim, is this? I mean, we've been wondering all along.
Really, let's go back a couple seconds. Watch how they look at her face. They have to cut her off. Be like, dude, lady, you are telling them to lie. That's a federal crime.
I mean, we've been wondering all along. All you need is one juror to say, I have reasonable doubt. What's your assessment of whether or not any reasonable juror would have reasonable doubt based on this information?
Well, I think this is significant for reasonable doubt purposes. You now have two major issues. One of the phone calls that wasn't, what he originally talked about, and the calculation of the money that wasn't what he originally talked about.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're all liars. They're all corrupt. I think it's going to be a mistrial. I don't see how every single juror is going to side with Alvin Bragg. There's no way. No matter how far left extremist you are, I mean, come on. You're just going to look ridiculous if you're going to be one of the jurors that's going to say, yeah, guilty. Everyone sees what's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. Trump 2024 or sooner.